Hi, this is Cindy Austin. I'm so happy you've tuned in to learn more about the Deliberate Dating program. I look forward to answering any questions you might have. I am going to mute and turn off the audio and visual for you all so that I can stay focused on what I need to say. But please feel free to use the chat button at the bottom of the screen to send me any questions that you might have so that I can answer them for you in real time. And hopefully we will make this a quick one so that you get your information and can make a decision about moving forward in deliberate dating and choosing an ideal partner for yourself. So why do this program? And for me, it was the answer to 20 years of working with people in relationships and knowing that all relationships, whether they go really well, whether there are pain points in them or they're difficult, have something to teach us. And instead of learning on the back end, though, I would really love to create a space, and with this program I'm trying to do that, for people to learn as they go and to enter a relationship from a much more conscious and awake place, and to really know more about themselves and to really know more about the person that they're choosing to be in relationship with. And the journey is part of the fun, and not just ending up in the relationship, the wedding's done or the ceremony's over and now what do we do? And so really having more clarity about what kind of relationship you want to be in and what you would like to offer and get out of it along the way. And after 20 years of doing this with people, just the culture about falling in love, about being addicted and needing a partner and addicted to or enmeshed with, it's like, what if we did this differently and talked about it from the front end, which is why I'm really glad that you're interested in doing it differently, because you'd like a different outcome as well. So I would like to give you a little bit of information. I've got some notes here to help me make sure that I don't drop anything important about this. Not only do you get me for 10 weeks, you will also get a community that I want to create together. Instead of using social media, using an application on any desktop or laptop called Slack. And some of you might be familiar with it, some of you might not be. It's still relatively new to me, but I was so excited to find it. And it's a secure, private, can create a group just for us to talk amongst ourselves throughout the sessions, sharing dating woes or questions about assignments or resources that I've sent you to use throughout the week. And so we begin to create a community where people get to even talk about dating in a different way with like-minded individuals who are focused on doing this from a very awake, conscious place. Another thing that I want to offer is relationship tests, personality inventories, resources. You will get an abundance of resources throughout the 10 weeks that we work together. And you might not benefit from all of them, or you might have been exposed to them or seen them before, but I guarantee there'll be something new for you that will help educate you on how you do yourself on the planet and how you relate to other people and how what they're doing means about them, and to be able to really get X-ray vision into why people do what they do and empower you to understand that a little bit more from the beginning. Another option that I'll offer is 2 free 30-minute one-on-one phone calls with me throughout the 14 weeks. It's a 10-week program, but there will be a 14-week total experience due to the holidays, and then allowing a week or two in there for people to really practice and integrate some of the new information that we're going to be going over so that people can feel a little bit better about what they're doing and have time to practice it and come back with stories and questions and comments. And so during that 14-week period, you'll be able to set up with me 2 30-minute private one-on-one conversations to unpackage anything that you might have that needs a little more focus, and just to connect with me on a personal level. Also, we will always have question and answers, and we will always have a review of the topics, and you'll have access to all of the topics that we cover online, and I will make a dedicated group of videos of our sessions so that you can go back and listen to them and see them at your leisure, repeat them over and over, because we're wiring new parts of your brain together in order to do this differently, in order to have a different outcome. And so as we move through this program, there will be questions that you have, and that we want you to bring them into the sessions and have lively discussions together. And I want each person that joins to really feel empowered to be able to listen and to be more of a passive bystander, or to be really engaged and active. It's depending on what works for you and what is your learning style and where this program finds you on your journey. And so I really encourage people to get as much out of it as they possibly can, but to honor their own personality and their own pace where they are on their journey. I've got a couple of questions. Oh, there's one. So how much homework will there be between sessions? Okay, so it's a great question. So if you've ever worked with me before, you know that I do value homework. And the reason why is that we are training new neural pathways. And so the neural pathways that we are developing need to fire more often in order to wire. So what fires together, wires together. And so more homework and practice that you can do, the easier it will be for you to apply the new concepts and information that I'll be sharing. I've done a lot of therapy and personal growth already. So how is this different? That's a great question. So what's different after doing therapy for 20 years for people is most people come to therapy from a place of desperation. Most, not all, but most. And there's a pain point that has inspired them to seek help and to look for a way to do this differently. And so as they're coming in to the process, it's about uncovering how they got into that pain. Oh, let me let the cat move. Hold on one second. The cat is now with us. And so being able to observe the difference is, once you get some understanding about your background and your experiences, if you've done therapy and, why your formative years impacted you the way they do today, this program is about taking a lot of that information, even though we will still talk about some of that information because it's definitely relevant as you pick a partner, is being able to look at how we do this from a place of aspiration rather than desperation. What do you want in a partner? What do you want for your life? What do you really love about having a relationship come into your life? And this program is about really focusing on that element. So it's different in looking at more about what you do want rather than what you don't want. Are there any other questions that are coming through? If I'm already in a relationship, but I'm wondering if this is the one I should keep working on or let go and move on, will this help me? Let me give you an example. It is a good question. Let me give you an example of a guy who invested about 18 months in a relationship with a woman. She was beautiful. She was intelligent. She was ambitious. And she shared a lot of the similar interests that he did. So you'd think it would be going really well. And it was long enough to get to 18 months. But he was really looking for somebody that was able to really care more about what made him happy sometimes rather than just what made her happy. And he started to notice that if he acquiesced to her, things would go well. But if he stood up for what he really wanted and really spoke about it in a way that was clear that it was something he wasn't going to give up on, it created distance between them. And she would say that she was going to work on it and that she heard him and that she thought that was good conversation. And then things really didn't change. So he used a really loving approach to speak up for himself in a way that was open to whether somebody else was really going to respond in a way that he was aspiring for. And over time, he realized it wasn't going to happen. So he was able to make a decision about moving onward. Sometimes I have seen people be in a relationship and one of the coupleship comes in to work with me. They sign up, they do the course, and their partner's like, I'm not really into that. And so what I always tell them is just stay focused on growing your own capacity to love. It's a win-win. If you grow your capacity to love and how to be loving with your partner, and then how to really look for how you will be loved and expect that from your partner, and they decide they don't want to do that, then you have dodged a bullet. You have decided early on, this is not a partner that's going to be sustainable. This relationship won't be sustainable for me. And so growing your capacity to love is what this program is about. And you got to know what it is you're looking for in order to know when you're feeling loved. And so this is a huge opportunity for people to become clear about evolving, whether their partner decides or not. But I have seen more times I only see one part work with one component of a coupleship. And the coupleship gets healthier when one person decides to really lean in to how to be more loving and more awake about what it is that they're looking to have in their relationship. So that's really an exciting component. You can do it without your partner coming along. My relationships often start off with a bang, and then shortly thereafter, they fizzle, or I'm even ghosted. Oh yeah, the ghosting. Does this program help with this? Yes, yes, yes. I am a big fan of chemistry. I do believe chemistry is a necessary component for a relationship to be a healthy, loving relationship. I really do. However, looking at the divorce statistics, we need more than chemistry. So once you have the chemistry component, it's important to have that piece, but let me take my own marriage, for example. So I did not know. I grew up in a family that still is in denial about how patriarchal the family was. And it meant, and what I mean by that is that if one of the boys, one of the men in my family, even as adolescents, were talking, and a girl walked into the room, my parents or whomever was listening, excuse me, would continue to talk to the males. But if my parents were talking to me or my sister, and one of my brothers were to come in, they would immediately divert their attention to my brothers. And we just thought that was the norm. We just thought that's what it was. That's all we'd ever known. So we didn't really know it should be different. And so when I met my ex-husband, and he started talking to me about his childhood, about high school, about his college experiences, I was just lit up, so happy that he was talking to me and telling me these stories and interested that I was interested. And so that was better than I had received as a child. I mean, I basically got ignored a lot by my older brothers. So this was really good. So I made the erroneous connection that this meant he was going to be interested in me at some point. And so it surprised me that I didn't know that he had been talking at me rather than talking with me. So really learning about, what the bang is that you're experiencing at the beginning of the relationship. And so this program is about helping people be more aware about the signs that they might have been missing and the signals that they're not picking up, that I really want to help people notice from the get-go so that they don't end up like me and a lot of people that I've worked with, that we see that, oh, now I get it. He was talking at me, not with me. And that seems like such an obvious, basic thing. It's not. And so that's why I really want to have this program to help people come alive and come awake to some of those obvious things that are obvious now on the front end rather than the back end. And so when people are in a relationship, one more question. Will knowing all of this take the magic and fun out of dating? And so, I have been asked that question many times, actually. And my favorite answer is just imagine with me for a second. Go ahead and close your eyes and imagine that you're in the future and you're zipping up in the skin of the man or the woman that's already in their ideal, loving relationship that is enriching their life, and it's just a juicy relationship. You're already there. and you have similar interests, and you know how to handle conflict, and you know how to still keep a balance in your life, and they have one in theirs. And it's this beautiful synergy, and you know that you're growing, you're still transforming, you'll be healing and transforming as long as you're breathing on the planet. There's no end spot in that. And so you're in it, you're there. And when you're already there, think about how in the world could the magic still not be there? So if being deliberate from the get-go ruins the magic, I would say it's probably not the relationship that's going to be sustainable. And so it's the art and it's the craft of being able to come from a place of really wanting to grow your own capacity to love and then to love others. And if you come at dating from a place of, I need the magic, and if I don't get the magic, or if I don't get a relationship, or if all of my friends are getting in relationship, or I don't want to be alone, or it's time for me to have a baby, or it's time for me to start a family, or male or female side, you're probably not in the best frame of mind to date. That's more of a place of that desperation. And we want to come from the aspirational component of, what do you really want? And so when you come from love, when you come from abundance, and you come from a centered place, good things happen from that place. So I look forward to answering any other questions you have by clicking on my website to set up a calendar time to talk to me. And if this is not a fit for you right now, please forward it on to somebody you think that might benefit from this. And I look forward to helping you choose their ideal partner. Thanks so much.